Hey, yo, have you ever noticed every time you start getting your life together, man, something out of the blue pops up? Something happens, man. Not even always something bad, though. Like, sometimes it's just little shit that compound, or it could be big, too, like family problems, relationship tension, somebody needing help that you want to offer the help for and you feel obligated to, somebody needing a ride, which I ain't really with that unless it's somebody real close to me, somebody needs some money, somebody needing emotional support, somebody creating chaos in your world, because that's what it ends up being, man. And somehow you become the person responsible for fixing the shit. And many of us say, nah, not I, right? Fuck that, not me. Yeah, you too. Because then the next thing you know, you missed your workout. Your business plans or whatever you plan to do for your business has been delayed. Your schedule has been altered. Shit you had to do was gone or past the time frame, right? You did something that might have took away some bread from you. Your bread is slowing up right now. And honestly, where you operate in a place of peace, that peace has been destroyed. And then people call you inconsistent. That ain't the shit that's happening. We got to really talk about this, y'all, because not for nothing, it's a situation that a lot of us experience. I know I have in my life because I'm a giver. And because some of us we don't really have a discipline problem. Honestly, it's a boundary problem, y'all. And once we learn that we can set up these boundaries to be bumpers to keep us in alignment of what we're supposed to do, it works. And we will be less accessible to people. See, this what people really don't understand, y'all. Some of us grew up like with the mindset if we don't help, then we're selfish. And if we don't sacrifice, then we don't love people, right? And many of our households are like that, mad kids, cereal, all kind of shit. I can go best space. But if we don't immediately respond, then we feel like we're failing people. So when we have that emotion, what happens? You become the fixer. You become the problem solver. You become the rescuer. You become the emotional support system for everybody. You become the financial backup plan. Oh, we already know free guiders, right? You become the emergency contact for everybody. Yet again, that's not a bad thing to provide the support, but if it's taken from you, you got to learn how to dissect that and minimize it. And at first, I ain't gonna hold you. It makes you feel valuable and needed and important. But as over time, when it compounds, like we know compounding is a thing, that same behavior starts draining you and it takes your whole entire life, man. It takes all the energy because now your whole life is just based on reaction. It's reactive of other people and you ain't leading your life no more. You're responding to everybody else's choices or chaos, and that's dangerous. Right? Because now we take on that energy. That problem becomes our problem. And now we want to fix it. But we're not fixing our own shit. Real rap. So there's damage being done. And the real damage ain't even the helping part. The damage is helping cost you what? That's the question. Because every time you abandon your own structure, you weaken your momentum. And remember, y'all, momentum is everything. Everything. So listen carefully. I need y'all to know something, man. It's just dawning on me. One distracted morning can become a whole lot of shit. A distracted afternoon, a lazy night, a delayed week, and a stressful month. And then that shit compounds. And all because you stepped outside your system emotionally. They didn't step out their system. You did. And here go the cold part. Here's the worst part, y'all. On some, getting to it. Most people don't even realize they're doing that shit. They've become conditioned to treat you that way. They think I'm just helping. Nah. Honestly, the helper even becomes conditioned. Because you're self-abandoning. And that's a difference. Like, helping somebody occasionally, true. That's love. Destroying your peace, your finances, your health, and mission repeatedly, that's dysfunction, y'all. And there's a big difference from dysfunction and showing some love, y'all. And we also understand sometimes dysfunction looks like love. But let's go into it. Love versus a self-abandonment, man. And this is something a lot of people might not even realize, and I'm learning to realize because it's a hard conversation to have. At what point does being understanding to someone else's shit become self-destruction? At what point does support become enabling? I see it all the time in my field, man. At what point do you, as a person, finally say, yo, I can love you without destroying myself? That's the maturity. That's the growth, right? That's your mindset shifting, because real love should not require certain things. Constant chaos, constant sacrifice, constant emotional exhaustion, interruption of my purpose, interrupting what I got going on. And some people, whether intentional or not, become comfortable having access to your energy, bro. And trust me, when they get that action, that access to your energy, sometimes they're not even thinking about your structure, so they're not respecting it. And that's why boundaries matter, man. Not because you hate people, not because you don't want to help, not because you don't want to be there for people, but because your future requires the protection, man. Like, how is your plan going to come into fruition if you're not protecting it? You got to protect the time. It's another conversation too. But let's talk about the shift that's needed, because I realized it. You know what I mean? I had to realize it in my day. My biggest breakthrough happened when I reduced the chaos. When I start putting up them boundaries with like, I didn't add more, I reduced more. Like less chaos brought more clarity. Less distractions brought more execution. Less emotionally reacting brought more structure. And emotionally reaction is hard, but that's the formula, y'all. And I ain't saying like you got to become cold and distant to motherfuckers. Nah, I ain't saying don't help your family. I ain't saying that. I ain't saying don't love your people, man. What I am saying is clear as day. Stop abandoning yourself in the process. Don't let that go over your head, because your family needs your stability more than your sacrifice. Let me say that again for y'all. Your family needs your stability more than your self-destruction, man. Like, you're going to be more beneficial when you are whole and operating in clarity and operating with power and operating with your shit complete. So if you watching this right now, man, ask yourself honestly, man, and this is where you got to be raw with you. Where in your life are you constantly leaving your own mission to manage everybody else's problems, man? Ask yourself that, because I had to ask myself that. And what is it costing you? Is it costing you your health? Is it costing you your peace? Is it costing you your money, your dreams? Is it costing you your future? Because eventually you got to choose reaction or structure, emotional chaos or execution. And the scary part is, and this is the crazy part, nobody can make that decision except for you. Because if you don't, they're going to take advantage of the time. So listen, man, King Freedom here. Stay sucker free in the land of lollipops, man. This is Free Facts Media, real rap, no cap, all facts. Salute. Peace.